Okay, guys, let me clear this up once and for all. Listen to me carefully. Jamaican is not a race. This should be obvious, but Jamaican is not a race. So because Kamala's father, Donald J. Harris, says that he's Jamaican, or might have put this on some sort of legal document, does not mean or does not define this as his race. Jamaica is multi-ethnic, racially. A matter of fact, the third largest ethnic group in Jamaica is Indo-Caribbeans, Indians. Okay? There's about over 21,000 Jamaican Indians. A matter of fact, the parish of Westmoreland has the highest concentration of Indo-Jamaicans. On top of that, Jamaica is heavily influenced by Irish slave plantation owners and Irish indentured slave labor. And based on research, it has already been proven that Donald J. Harris has descended from Irish slave owners. Now, this should not be a surprise. This should absolutely not be a surprise, knowing the history of Jamaica. If you were to just take a little bit of time, don't depend on mainstream media. Just take a little bit of time. The internet is for all. And just do a little research into the history of Jamaica. And you would understand that this is not a big deal. That it is quite legitimate. It is quite possible that Donald J. Harris is white, even though he's Jamaican. Because as I just said, Jamaican is not a race. So when you guys are trying to go after Janet Jackson because she made a statement that was spot on, leave Janet Jackson alone. She knows exactly what she's saying. If you know the history of Jamaica, you would realize that the population of Jamaica is heavily influenced by Irish, Indian, Afro-Caribbeans, and Asians. Period. Some of the Irish were sent to Jamaica by the English. Some of them were slave owners. Some of them were indentured laborers. So there's a total mix. And then you have the Indians, descendants of Indians who came as indentured laborers. Then, of course, you know the history of the Afro-Jamaicans who came as slaves. So what you all think? The song A Little Jamaican. So what you all think? You think that the descendants of Germans in Germantown call themselves black? You think that they think that they're black? You think the boy and them in St. Elizabeth themselves, who are white like any other white man on the planet, consider themselves black? Do you think the Indians in Westmoreland consider themselves black? Yo, stop getting it twisted. Okay? Jamaica is multi-ethnic. And just because Donald J. Harris would have said that he's Jamaican does not mean that he is black. And by extension, does not mean that Kamala is black. It is a ruse, because what we see as represented on the mainstream media for Jamaican, oh, we know of Usain Bolt. He's obviously Afro-Jamaican. That doesn't mean the whole of Jamaica looks like Usain Bolt. Or we might see dancehall or reggae, and most of the time the representatives are Afro-Jamaican. That doesn't mean the whole of Jamaica is black. So you don't get to claim black just because you say that your father is from Jamaica, or your father don't get to claim that he's black just because he says he's Jamaican. This is not how it works. Unless, of course, you're trying some sort of ruse and you're trying to appeal to African American blacks by claiming that you are black or you are African American. That is just downright dirty, deceitful politics. And it represents an utter disregard and disrespect of black folks and African Americans in America. After all you've piled on them, after how much you've disrespected them, this is what you come and do.